What's up, dude?
Hey, Micah.
Oh, motherfucker. Ow, 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 ow.
You good?
Chill.
Just chilling, bro?
All day, every day.
He's playing his tunes.
Playing solitaire. I mean, whatever gets you through the day. Solitaire. Is this new? This feels new. No, it's not. No, he was just in the back. Oh, good. Where are we going? Are we going to go to Iman like we planned?
I definitely fucking hope so.
Like,
That was my phone.
I only have one instruction from Levi,
Yeah?
and that is
God fucking damn it.
he wants to be here when he goes to the magic shop. So if we all go to the magic shop when we get to Iman, we just don't bring him with us because he wants to be here.
Oh, okay, alright.
Because he's convinced that Iman is going to be the city where he finds the magic shop that we will shop at for the rest of our lives.
My shirt came in.
Yay!
Yay!
Should have saved it for next week when Levi's actually going to be here.
No, I wanted to wear it as soon as I got it. It arrived yesterday. It's her. Oh, you look so pretty. And she brought the book.
What is this?
It's the art book.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no.
Art book.
Yeah, no. I know anytime there's something Jordan won't tell us, I know to just ask you because he tells you everything.
Well, mostly because if he decides to stick around afterwards, I usually just tell him what I think.
Yeah.
Put that in. Jesus.
Oh.
But why male models? Are you serious? I just told you like 5 minutes ago. Right. But why male models?
Happy, happy, joy, joy. In fucking Juice Fields that we never go to.
Dude, I am begging.
That's the party member that's been waiting in Terse Fields. I literally had one of my friends who's waited outside this building
Every night.
for a year.
Every night.
Just like, I have asked you for stuff before, this is the first time I'm begging. Please let Owen Wilson be the magic shop owner at Iman.
What's your name? Wallen Wilson.
Just to see Levi's face and... Oh, that's a satisfying noise.
You guys walk in. Hey. Levi's just like, what?
What?
Welcome to my shop.
Jesus Christ.
But just, yeah, that is an incredibly satisfying noise.
Oh God.
Oh.
It's a scary noise.
Town is fucked.
Yeah, this town fucking sucks. Fuck Terse Fields.
Yeah.
They suggested respectfully open the door here.
You open the door, you see, a general selection of people in here, including a few nobles.
I think this one will work.
That'll do.
Go inside and I go up. Does it have is it just a bar in this one, or does it have a reception, or not reception, but an area to go reserve your rooms and shit?
You don't see one, there's just a bar.
Is there a hitching post outside? Give her...
There is.
Yeah, cool.
Cart and all that shit.
Well, what are you trying to do in here? Buy some more ale or actually relax?
Buy some more ale and sleep. Figured it would be better than sleeping in the wagon and hold the fortress again.
We're gonna wake up to burning crosses now.
No. Really don't.
What's that?
I am tempted to burn it.
Is that a tea?
What strange symbolism? It means absolutely nothing in this realm.
Knowing that I'll be regretting this in about 10 minutes.
Made my way over to the bar.
Yeah.
Hello.
Sit down at the bar.
You see a human gentleman that has been regarding the group since you guys opened the door, and the lot of you just made your way through the doorway. And kind of is waiting as you come over to the bar. It's good to see some new faces.
We're passing through. Probably only stay one night, but we're looking for some rooms and some food and beverages and a place that wasn't fucking racist.
Well, we've got plenty of all of them, given...
So you have plenty of racism?
Plenty of rooms and drinks. Since we don't seem to have taken a stand on it, business dropped a little bit, but...
What exactly is the point of division here?
What's the animosity between the nobles and everybody else?
Well, at the risk of stating the obvious, you're not from around here then?
No.
Next town over. I mean, it's not wrong.
Kind of like glances across Western.
Try
Oh.
Anna waves. Hi, I'm Edna. Drew across a daisy.
Moriz takes it.
Morris?
It's M-O-R-I-Z. Moriz.
Okay.
Thank you. On your way to somewhere bigger and better. This isn't exactly what I'd consider an upgrade from even Drenna.
Be stopping in Westron and then Kymel and then, on and about. Just looking for adventure wherever we can find it.
And then the bartender summons a demon.
Well, I'm sorry I had to stop through right now. If we'd come through even just a few months ago, I might not have had such a hard time. This you might not have heard of it. It's a recent development. Yeah. What'll it be?
Side quest.
How many rooms do you have?
Side quest.
Pulls his dagger and tries to jam it into the rock on the slide down to stop himself, and it breaks off and they fall off the cliff.
Oh no.
And it was like months later in real time that they're back in that same area doing something else, and someone falls and slides in that same thing. And the DM's memory caused the dex save to cause him to take intense fucking slashing damage as he slid over the broken dagger that was sticking out of the side of the... Yeah.
It's metal!
Yeah.
Not cool.
That hurt.
Or very cool. Alright, so...
It was that moment where everyone in the party's like, what? What happened? The DM's like, as you slide over the broken off hilt of the dagger that's there from...
Itharius.
Oh, shit!
That Itharius left there 8 weeks ago.
And see, here's
But actually 2 hours ago in game time.
And see, here's the thing. For anybody else, that would just be an amusing D&D story. For Jordan, that's pornography.
I mean...
My personal form of D&D pornography is Kim and Tonksy deciding that they will go into the weird shop.
Yeah.
I like to set up like those little things for like people to enjoy. So when they don't, I get like crushed and broken inside. So when they just
When you guys go to search field
First drug dealing pimp I've run into in D&D.
It's, yeah, dude, you completely bypassed him. Like,
How? How? I'm so mad.
that's what happens when you chose to be friends with my particular brand of degenerate.
So, a bunch of the stuff with the internet at our house, the AT&T's being assholes, they won't service the area and stuff, and I had a very obnoxious conversation with an AT&T person on the phone the other day. It ended with me just being like, thank you, that's all I needed, and hanging up. And Kylie, I just got a text from Kylie that said, I was a bitch to some AT&T salesman in Walmart, and then like an awkward face. Like she was upset with herself
oh no,
for it.
poor Kylie.
I was a bitch to some AT&T salesman in Walmart.
Bottom of
Kim
the
goes
table's awfully
through
rough.
the weekly ritual of selecting the D20 that will
those
fuck her the
motherfuckers.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it will play possum and then fuck her the
you're
most.
backtracking all the way to
And what?
technical-
It will play possum and then fuck her the
Yeah.
most.
I need an internal battery device that I could charge while I'm in the truck at work.
Yeah, but you got that cool little guy that you gave me. That one had noise. But it also feels like you're sucking through a coffee starter.
This one isn't any better.
Yeah, I'm about to say, actually, I used one of those before. It's not any better. It might be worse, actually.
Oh yeah, so I just want to say that we're not killing Mandalore tonight because Micah needs someone to pilot. Because like hell does he have the balls to show up to this party with a new character.
Hell. Y'all need to leave me alone.
If it's a bounty hunter, I will kill
For the
you.
moment being, if you'd like to pilot Mandalore, that's not a bad idea.
Hey!
Hello.
What up, Levi? You made it back.
Did?
You did
You're
your
not
hit shit.
bad.
Good job, bro!
Did you leave your phone at home? Just switch.
Remind me next time not to let you use my credit.
That feels pointed.
So what's actually gonna happen?
So, I'll cast a spell on you. You will remain unconscious for an hour. Anyone who tries to look at you, you will seem dead. If they try and pry further, you will actually seem dead. We'll get you as far as we can, and then when you wake up, you may sleep in the wagon if you want. Whatever. But we'll get you to Amon, and then I'll get you to Vasselheim. And once you're there, just whoever you can find in the city, and it is the place of the law. I talked to her. She said there. I mean, you might not be completely safe, but at least it'll buy some time.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they got like the real temple over there, so.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the pilgrimage. Leave it that way.
You know there's still class presidents in there, right?
Try
Yeah,
again.
that's why we're gonna go by Nixie beforehand to try and see if we could.
Not class presidents,
Oh,
very
here.
presidents.
There you go.
Oh, that's what you meant. I understand what the fuck you meant.
I don't think they're circulating his picture around. They think he's dead, so I think he'll be okay.
Well, that's why I offered to like turn him into something small to keep on one of us, because there's still the matter of if they're watching, they're seeing us carrying his body out.
I'm sure we'll carry him to. Is there a place where we would like bury people in Carmel, like a cemetery, or does everyone get burned?
No, it depends heavily. Like there's
Okay.
like family. A lot of these cities are all surrounded by either like privately owned farmland,
Mm-hmm.
but there's also like cemeteries that end up on outskirts or near outskirts because they were outskirts before the
Yeah.
city was as large as it is. I mean that's like
Mhm.
now it's just kind of up to the family, unless you die of the Black Plague, in which case they burn your ass.
Yeah.
And the whole house.
Yeah.
And then your sister.
All of your friends and family.
I haven't been home in years.
I guess it's up to you then.
He's a carrier.
Would you like to be an animal for a while?
In both cases I can sleep, right?
Oh yeah, you can sleep.
Okay. Whichever one of these here.
The smarter bet is probably the animal.
Alright.
I turn him into a bunny.
He's a bunny. He starts to like do a couple of like little like not the hops, but like when a bunny actually walks forward.
Yeah.
It's very slinky
Yeah.
type style. Yeah. And then just like pops down.
My life keeps getting weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
Alright, well, are we ready to go?
Nose twitches very quickly.
It's how they breathe.
My life keeps getting weirder and weirder.
You've seen.
His intelligence score goes up by 2. I'm kidding.
Oh shit, he was dumb!
I knew that. Alright, well, I'm.
Alright, let's get to the cart.
To the Batmobile.
Batmobile.
You're not there.
So what are we thinking about the knife pervert?
He seems to know what he's doing.
Or he thinks he does, but right now there's nothing we can do about
And
it.
regardless, even if we could find him, he'd just slip away again.
You're not wrong, but
If he wants to come back, I told him we are still going to Amon, so he can find us there.
Oh, that's good. If anything changes, we'll talk to him. But for now, it seems like if we did catch up to wherever he is, he'd only just be gone again.
that's fair, but
And if any bounty hunters show up, I will kill them on the spot.
Eventually, there's going to come a
No
day.
new friends.
No new friends are allowed.
Eventually, there's going to come a period where, yeah, you're going to try that talking to him, and there won't be a reply if we leave him on his own.
I know. But there's nothing I can do about it right now.
I worry about that too, but I can't stop him.
We're playing
Alright.
right into their hands.
We've sent him messages and letters, and the reply we got was, I'm staying away. What else do you have? Tell me, what else do you have?
We stand and fight instead of running away from all our allies and friends.
Why are you telling me this? We already told him this. He's the one that stayed
We're
away.
already on the run.
I get you, but we have allies everywhere. We can't stay with them all. We stay here, they attack Drenna. They attack, I don't know, Westrun. Wherever we go, they will just find someone else to attack. They're everywhere. We can't chase Scar. We stay here, someone dies.
We run, we die. Then all of them die because we're not there.
So what? We just wait here.
Oh,
for
great.
them
So
to
what's your
come?
solution then?
Suppose we fucking go to them all.
Yeah. I was like, how did she fuck him? Oh, she actually fucked him.
Yeah,
natural
but-
19 minus 5 plus 2.
Damn.
So
Shit.
Are you in possession of
Nope.
his?
You
yeah,
need
that's
to
just that's
you need
just
to move
umbrella.
your drink.
Yeah.
I have no possession. So that, yeah, like, having felt
So,
it fail, I
the
would...
next day.
Yeah, I would have waited the 24 hours like, well, shit. Please don't be dead. Although that's a good sign. He resisted. Or he's dead. Oh my god.
So I'd roll it either way, so that you didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, the next day.
Which is the one where he died, but he's rolling anyway.
It's his ghost.
Don't tempt him, dude.
There's no.
Edna just increasingly more paranoid.
As your vision is plucked from your body and whips across time and space, no, just space.
I hear the Doctor Who theme.
You come into focus with what is to you at this point scrying on the old Jacob is not jarring, but it's an unfamiliar sight from what you'd expect to come in on.
He's jacking it.
No,
That's not unfamiliar.
He said unfamiliar.
Yeah. You come into the low light of the inside of a tavern. He seems to be grounded at the moment, not on the
Okay.
not at the bridge of the ship where you've previously seen him. He's sitting at a table drinking. He's got a couple of you can't quite make out due to the way that the scry works, but
Right.
what appear to be from your peripheral appear to be not pirates, but his crew members.
His crew.
Seated around the table at a bar, drinking.
Okay.
You see, he seems to be intently listening to another story that's being told, probably not even at the table at the
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Like, she'll just watch the full 10 minutes.
Yeah. You see a few
Yeah.
minutes in, the story seems to have come to some sort of punchline for a moment, and he kind of
Nice.
sits back in his chair laughing, and the people in the chairs next to him you see also taking a moment to kind of take a drink and settle back in as the story continues.
That's good enough for her. He seems to be okay. Yeah, like, still holds on for the full 10 minutes, and then she'll not scry again for a while.
Yeah. Doesn't have enough hand sanitizer.
Also, oh wait, no, I definitely wouldn't be doing this while driving away.
Well, I mean, I figured
It would have happened at night when when it's on my turn to watch.
I'm gonna go by that tree over there.
And then there's no trees out here. Cap.
Just stay on the side.
Tap.
Squirrel, climb up the tree. I don't come back down for a while.
The first night we left, I would send to Lynette
Okay.
Just as simple. This is Arydun again. Sorry, plans were made, we won't be by, actually. Also, be on your lookout for anyone who looks suspicious.
Well,
I always am.
Mm-hmm.
And I have plenty of other customers come by soon.
It's really fucking funny to me.
Buildings rising up beyond the wall. And the wall. Wow. On approach, you see the gates to the city that are on your side. You're able to see still from a ways off. They're large, and you're able to see whereas there is actually no, because of where the sun is, that would be particularly prominent at the moment. But from the flow of traffic, you imagine the walls are probably, the gates are probably open on approach, but.
no, it's fine. There was just something about it that was really funny.
Morty and Kendall, and possibly Arydun. You guys would be aware, maybe Arydun, but for sure you two would be aware that you are entering in to the road. The roads you're entering in comes into the city on a border between two, not wards, but two districts.
Yeah.
You are entering in between, let me double check this, I believe you're entering in between what you know to be called Abdar's Promenade.
Abdar's
Promenade.
Powerade.
I like to say
Gatorade.
Promenade.
Water.
H2O.
Thank you. Yes. I was trying to get there, but I couldn't.
H2O.
I was trying to get there, but I couldn't remember the exact reference. Thank you.
Water sucks.
It really sucks.
What?
Have you never seen Waterboy?
Oh yeah.
Oh, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yes, the road that you're coming in on enters in on the border between Abdar's Promenade and the Erudite Quarter, which you two, for separate but related reasons, would both be expressly familiar with the fact that that is where, for example, the Alabaster Lyceum is located, things like that. Abdar's Promenade being very much the central marketplace. It's a lot of like foreign goods, permanent to semi-permanent to completely mobile and temporary stalls, just fucking packing the streets. Guy holding up a dead chicken by its leg, shouting out prices type of place.
But because it's Amon, it's that black French silk chicken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not a local chicken.
Yeah.
Can be.
But yeah, no. And Kendall would probably know this, but I'm asking for Charlie. Are we like you said we arrived in late evening? Are we getting like a city that never sleeps vibe here, kind of?
Well, I mean, you know the city.
Yeah.
You know that it is and it isn't that. Given that it's broken up into districts, there are districts that there's a reason to be in late, and districts that there's not much of a reason to be in late.
Right.
Or districts that there may be a reason to be in to need to go into late, but you're gonna need to have a reason and be able to prove it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Okay.
Now, Abdar's Promenade, you could sleep on the street between a couple stalls if you needed to. It's one of them that you.
Yeah.
There are at least areas within
It's a
the
night market.
promenade that you'd have access to whenever,
Okay.
pretty much any time of day.
What date did we arrive?
I also need to do that. Give me a minute.
Also, maybe since we're arriving, you should do your rolls.
Oh yeah, actually yeah, that's not a bad idea. Marker please. Oh, you have yours.
Somewhere. There it is.
Thank you. Ooh.
It was a 20.
Ooh, boy.
Nat 20. And 16, so 2 guaranteed hits.
Nice.
Crit.
We have one guaranteed crit. So
Persuasion.
That's
that too, but you know. So we need actually.
Just sliding in under the wire to not completely miss the glory of the month that is Apotheosis. You will be arriving on the 29th of Apotheosis.
Shit. Aw.
Which unfortunately, Apotheosis was only important to 2 characters. One's dead and the other ran away.
True, yeah. Oh, it's the mother, the
It's the
Raven
ma-
Queen.
Yeah, it's the Raven Queen's month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely because it's winter now.
So
Like
much.
while we're on the road and she's down the front of the wagon, just over time she just started putting on more and more layers. She put on her fur cloak, asked Arydun for her fur cloak.
And while
She
it
asked
is
Shev's fur cloak.
and while it is an element that's at play here, you do notice that you're not somewhere where it at least yet there's no snow. It's very cold.
It's
Wow.
Whitestone.
I'm a fire boy, so it's not actually that cold for me.
However, I
Seems a
have
little
very
forced.
much started ruminating, where I'm just kind of sluggish.
All of your ability checks and attack rolls will be at disadvantage.
No!
You're a snake.
Oh god.
Yuan-ti nerf.
Against all odds,
It's
the
not
druid,
sunlight sensitivity. Cold
Yeah,
weather
much needed Yuan-ti nerf.
against all odds, our druid is the only one that doesn't go down every fight. So we need to.
That's not against all odds. They're fucking in this pool of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Anyway, but on approach, you do enter in through the gates where you see guards posted at either side. Upon entering, you see a large ass set of double doors that make up those gates that come to a point at the top that have been swung outward and are wide open. You see a guard posted on either side of this outer gate, and one as you pass through, now entering into the lawn. Morty gets a raging boner, and you also see a guard posted at each side
That's
of the door
unrelated.
on the inside.
Let's.
And I keep fucking fooling this shit by mistake.
Scar's not here. I'm less excited about him.
That was
Oh, look at the smile! Look at
actually really sad.
You piece of
Wanted
shit.
to share his home with his best friend, and you ruined it.
That's not it.
I know.
That's not even close to
I
it.
know. I'm teasing you because you
said-
don't like anyone.
He said he'd help me buy whatever I wanted from the magic shop because I'm broke after the instant fortress and he had
no.
like 9,000 gold.
You son of a bitch!
Not that much.
You didn't even have the decency to leave him some cash? You son of a bitch.
To be fair, would Scar leave? Yeah, he probably would. But he would leave with all the money.
And again, not tipping any hands on what's actually going on, but where he's going, probably want to have that. Interestingly enough, where you enter, you know where the fuck he's going.
Doesn't matter where he's going, he's not a playable character right now, he's not spending fucking gold!
I'm not looking forward to this rude awakening.
Oh no.
Scar comes back. Black. Broke.
Black. He's a drow
I was
again.
trying to say flat. I was trying to say flat broke.
Guys, I went through some serious shit.
He has 2 copper.
Oh man, you should have been there.
Interestingly
You bought some
enough,
spice.
again, those which also you know that doesn't necessarily mean left for Erudite Quarter.
Right, yeah. But I would know the fastest path there, roughly. Like maybe not the fastest, but I would know a path there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me just a second, because I keep closing this despite having told myself over and over again I need to stop closing this.
Because I very definitively didn't choose the urchin this time, and I regret it because we're in cities all the fucking time.
What is your background officially? Is it noble or?
It's a kind of homebrewy thing.
Okay.
It's called
Legendary lineage.
yeah, legendary lineage.
So kind of like the, what is it called? The folk hero.
It's kind of patterned off. It's patterned.
The thing
loosely
is,
off that.
with folk hero, you're the hero. Legendary lineage, someone in your family is the hero.
Yeah.
He's just got the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that Cloudtop District has access points in all of the surrounding districts around that wall.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So
I mean, they're all gated, guarded.
yeah.
Why are you here? Things, but yeah.
So what exactly is it you lot are planning to do now that we're here?
Well, I mean, I thought we would look around for a while. Sculpin's supposed to be here, right, Captain?
He might be here. He might be here.
Turned like half cocked towards one another and seemed to be handling something. One of them you recognize to be the keeper of the shop. Darker brown skin, short cropped brown hair. Turns at the sound of the opening of the door, kind of holds up one finger for a moment, and goes back to what you perceive to be. They seem to be conversing with another customer. Yeah. Taking a glance around, as here, what you're not used to finding, even in the echelon of a magic shop, is an actual glass countertop, where you see some items displayed. It's not but a few moments as you're taking just a glance over them, not really even being able to take in much of what you see before you are greeted.
Hello again, Baxelheim.
It's good to see you.
You too.
A familiar face and a new one. A couple new ones.
Yeah, make some friends.
My name's Arydun.
It's nice to meet you, Arydun, as he starts to cross around the counter, turns at you.
Did you see anything? Oh, I was like,
Yeah, it took me a second to process it too. So yeah.
Yeah, as Mandalore.
He's Mandalore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, names are not necessary, but coin is. The name is Baxeldon Gilmore, for those of you who don't know me. He does reach across the counter.
Shake his hand.
Reaches towards the bird. Anything I can interest you in today? Now, what you find, and what through conversation you will learn to be, are...
That's the best my handwriting's ever been.
Charlie wrote on my notes, Kristen chose wrong.
Kristen chose.
Yeah, you chose right.
Yeah, I chose wrong.
And honestly, it's the best my handwriting's ever looked. It's
I
like being
totally-
next to your handwriting shamed it.
I totally forgot that shop was here in Iman. And I hate myself.
An immovable rod.
Ooh.
Those can be useful.
How much?
900 gold. A potion of diminution for 620 gold. A quiver of Ilana, familiar to you.
Well, yeah.
Very similar, not exact, but similar to the one that Kendall wears. For 580 gold.
Get out of here, wolves.
You see what is displayed in a small quantity, but you know has always been available here in large quantities, pretty much however many you need, is feather tokens that you guys previously had 3 of.
God damn.
Fuck yeah.
That's bad
Your
news.
knowledge is that this is where they originate. Due to the airship thing, they're kept in stock here, because anybody with some coin who has enough coin to take an airship is also going to carry the safety net of not falling to their death.
How much are those?
I'm sorry, they are 85 gold a piece, pretty much in whatever quantity you might need. A figurine of wondrous power.
Jesus.
Hell yeah.
And this is the bronze griffin.
Guys, we've been shopping at Walmart up to now. Now we're at Target.
Woo! No. We didn't even shop at Walmart. We were shopping at Kmart.
Yeah. For 4,600 gold. There are also a number
Dollar
of
Tree.
uncommon, minor healing potions. No graders, oddly, but 2 superior healing potions for 410 gold apiece.
Goddamn, pal.
The miners being 60 minutes.
Goddamn, pal. Patch to get in here.
What does the griffin? Does the
He will give you a very mechanical sounding response. As the function of the. This is a monster manual. It's not going to be in there.
It's gotta be in there, Gordon.
I mean, kind of. The stats on the griffin are.
Suppose you're curious as to why I'm trying to go in. I'm visiting my grandfather.
Okay, who's your grandfather?
And I'll pull off the hat to show the red hair. Saul Wyndom, you heard of him?
I've heard of Saul Wyndom. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. You have some kind of paperwork or any kind of proof that you are who you say that you are?
Probably not. In fact, I'm dead ass certain not.
I'll say this, I believe we discussed, and if not, we should have the fact that you probably have a signet ring.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, I think I mentioned it, and it just never came back up. So yeah, I'll just flash the ring.
Yeah, I'll give you that once.
Yeah. so I'll just flash the ring and see if it jogs anything. Is this proof enough?
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Ouch. That's a 9.
A 9. The ring does you a lot of favors.
Yeah.
And what about this one? Oh wait, no, she's
Yeah,
not there.
She's an ant.
She's
not
an
there.
ant. Yeah.
She's not there.
Listen, if you'd like to detain me. Wow.
Opens up the gate.
Well, I gave it my best shot. Thanks,
What
boyos.
your name was?
Oh, last time I did this, it was dangerous. That's Kendall Wyndom.
You see, he just turns, peeks his head around the door to the other guard, nods. You see that guy is writing it down on the equivalent of a medieval clipboard.
Oh, Lord.
He does. He does have a wooden slab with parchment on it. Writes it down.
Yeah.
All right, on you go.
Well, I was really hoping they'd stop me at the gate and detain me for a couple of days while they checked out my bona
Going
fides.
through or not?
I'm going through.
Close the door behind you.
I'm excited.
And the entire walk to the manor, he's doing that thing where like, I gotta do it. I've gotta just fucking go. No, I'm not going. I'm not fucking going. And he turns around and walks like 2 feet back before he's just like, motherfucker!
You do that and like an ant bites your head. Like right on the scalp.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Which it is a a jump into a bathtub full of ice, passing from Adgar's promenade into the Cloudtop district. It is a shocking difference in the simple passage of a single gate. You walk in and remember.
Yeah. Even for my warm boy?
And remember.
Yeah.
This place. For all of the positive and probably more negative feelings and memories it brings back, you're passing through what are just lavish estates, unnecessarily well decorated and ornate, gates and home fronts, making your way through what is the Cloudtop district.
He briefly considers defacing one, but then rationalizes that it's probably guarded.
And even within the Cloudtop district, which is this unattainable echelon of affluence that those who will never reach it forever reach towards, there's sort of a sliding scale. The closer you get towards what would be the palace center of the Cloudtop district, or at least once was, you know that you have to make your way a little over halfway or so through the Cloudtop district, not taking into account the direction you're coming from, but if you're talking about distance from wall to wall, palace to outer district wall, you're making your way about halfway in, which, like I said, is a sliding scale that shows the level of affluence and influence even within the Cloudtop district. The closer you get to the palace, the more important and the bigger your dick is.
Well, before we get to his place, I'm just gonna like, Edna, by the way, we're in the fucking place. We're in the gates now. If you want to come on out so it doesn't look like I'm talking to myself. Oh, I hate it. It's the worst.
That, can I see that ring? Can I see it? Can I see it? That's pretty.
For the record, next time. Oh, that reminds me. Otto. A bird or something. Not something with like the creepy crawly and the bitey.
Sorry. Okay, next time I'll be a bird.
Thank you. It's not that I'm afraid of spiders, it's just, everyone's afraid of spiders.
You're afraid of spiders?
Everyone is!
They are? Oh, I think they're cute. For the record, Kristen fucking hates them. Yeah, we know.
We're aware. And, yeah, onward and upward.
Okay. You make your way to the estate. You find yourself crossing down to the street where it is. You see from the side approach as you're getting near the wrought iron sort of black gate that stands just a little taller than would be necessary in most cases. Small golden, like the reverse teardrop, look like onion.
Yeah.
Tops on the posts, crossing towards the estate, which has a stark contrasting, as most of the estates here do, like rich grass lawn just within the gate, contrast to the even here still cobblestone but finer cobblestone streets that you're walking through. Find yourself at the gate.
Oh, I don't want to do this.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
And is there a mechanism by which I can
The gate itself is not usually closed and locked. It's only the front door is the last line of defense. The gate is just a gate.
Okay.
Unless it needs to be something else.
Up the drive to the door. Shit.
You cross despite the demand for space and land, especially in a place like this, you cross the 20-foot or so distance between the gate and the front door.
Jesus.
I'm so excited.
I'm starting to get the appeal the big red one sees and just lighting shit like this on fire.
So what do we do? Do we just knock at the door?
Yup.
Three distinct knocks on the door. In the building that you've approached, again, you're familiar with, Edna, it's a little bit odd to you. It reminds you actually a little bit of the dungeon under the keep that you came across by the river where you fought the necromancer. It looks like a natural stone, not like a granite or marble or anything special. It's just stone, but perfectly smooth. The exterior of the building, of course, with the breaks for windows and doors, and there are features. A portion of the house to the left seems to have some sort of foreroom that juts out and has more windows than other rooms in the house. But for all of the flat surfaces that there are, they are perfectly smooth stone faces. And as you're taking this all in, a few moments after he's knocked on the door, you hear it unlock. It's not quite but there are a couple different mechanisms that you hear being undone before the door opens, and you see a man, probably in his late 30s or so, pitch black hair that's been greased straight back, wearing a tuxedo that drops down just below, like about his mid-calf or so, stands and looks at you're a Edna now, right?
Yeah, I'm Edna.
Okay, yeah.
slightly shivering in my fur cloak.
Just in the not so much that it's rude, but just in the moment while the door is opening and his face becomes his face is visible to you. His eyes shift between the two of you a couple times. Can I help you?
I don't suppose my grandfather is in.
You refer to.
Saul, yes.
You must be Kendall. You've never met this person.
Yeah, I figured, but
you must be Kendall.
I am indeed the prodigal son returns grandson, whichever.
You see his eyes very pointedly shift to find the signet ring.
Dear Lord.
It's good to see you around. Unfortunately, Master Wyndom is not around at the moment.
I don't suppose you have a timetable for his return.
He was to be back a couple hours ago, but it's not uncommon for him to spend a few extra hours at the Lyceum, so...
Has he mentioned receiving any correspondence from me lately?
There was correspondence that I had the pleasure of giving to him on your behalf. I was not apprised of the nature of its contents, but...
Has there been a step up in security measures lately?
That is something that he chose to keep me out of.
Fair.
But I believe so, in one manner or another.
I don't suppose we could impose upon you to work for him. Here.
I'll have to keep you in the front room, but if that's alright.
Of course, courtesy, of course, standards and all that.
He steps to the side and gestures into the doorway.
And I will step inside.
May I ask who this is?
This is Edna. She is a dear friend, and she's to be extended every courtesy you would extend me.
I drew a craft to Daisy.
Of course. Closes the door once the two of you have entered in and gestures you to that front room that kind of juts out past the facade of the front of the house where it normally would be. And you see it is with several more windows than like a room would regularly have. It is some sort of like sunroom sitting area, and gestures you into where you see a number of very well chosen pieces of furniture in that they all have a very similar motif. There's a very strong pattern of grays and whites that make up his the aesthetic within, and he gestures for you to sit, and you see the large wooden double doors, French doors that lead into the room. He mostly closes, doesn't pull them all the way, just behind him. As you guys enter the room and he comes in behind you. Is there anything I can get you while you wait?
What's your name?
Richter. Horace Richter.
Hello, Horace. I'm Edna. Just Edna.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Edna.
No, I mean, perhaps for her, but I'm perfectly fine, thank you.
I'm good, thank you.
Slightly better now, even.
Very well. If you should need anything, if you would just knock on these doors.
Of course.
He steps out, the two doors very softly close behind him.
Oh.
You hear the heavy clunk of some sort of lock.
That's about right. Dear Lord.
Did you live here?
And I'm just gonna produce flame and just play it over my hands. One well-placed throw, and I could have this entire place as kindling.
Did you live here?
I did. I'll think it over for about 3 more seconds and dismiss it.
Are there any plants in this room?
There are not.
There are not? Oh, this is sad.
Yeah.
You need more pottery.
He
He
needs
not
more
like
pottery.
plants?
He needs more pottery.
Yeah, you need some trees and bushes in here.
And looking around, that smooth stone exterior is what you see on the inside. It's not unlike this room that we're in, with a bit more detail, given that this stone itself, again, is not it's not uniform to that degree. It looks like regular ass fucking rock, but again, perfectly smooth, polished to a reflective finish. The furniture itself being wood and things like that, but none of the interior or exterior that you've been able to see of the house being of regular materials.
Seriously, for a man who can produce flame as a regular occurrence in his life, you'd figure he wouldn't go in for wooden furniture, yeah?
I immediately start cracking orchids and leaving them around the room.
Okay.
Oh, that's delightful. That's even better than burning it down.
I'm like, oh, there needs to be more life in this room. You need to talk to your grandfather about this.
Oh god, that butler's gonna pop a vein. You might just kill him.
The two of you? Morty? Arydun?
Alright, yeah, I'm going to send to Kendall. So we finished our business. We'll just head into the guild hall and spend some wine and meet you.
At this point, you've been sitting in that room for almost an hour.
I'm guessing there's no way to succinctly, within the terms of, well, even if there was, they wouldn't be able to get into Cloudtop District. Is there a nearby-ish hotel that I can direct them to?
In the Cloudtop District?
Well, again, because I'm doubting they're going to be able to get into the Cloudtop. Is it a reasonable assumption that they probably wouldn't be able to get in?
Make just a straight wisdom check.
Just a straight wisdom check? I'm not great at those. That's a 2, my man.
Oh. What you need to do is one of these.
You've never had to struggle with it, so you're not quite sure.
No, that's totally fair. Yeah.
Place
You're looking for anything to meet them.
I was wondering if he was, around, if he was finished, we could meet him. If not, I'll just find some place.
And the person we should probably send a message to would be Nixie. Because if we're laying low from the cloud or from the area.
We'll see what Kendall says. If he says no, I'll ask him.
Yeah, screw it. I'll direct them to the nearest place I know of in the Cloudtop. Yeah.
Within the Cloudtop, you would be aware of. There is an inn called the Stumbling Baron that you're familiar with.
Yeah, there.
Finally, not a W. Finally, not a W.
There's like 2 W's, alright?
I know,
They were pivotal W's.
Yeah.
You also know that you were given the reference of Mouse and Gold.
Yes.
Oh.
Was a one that you're more familiar with.
That was the session Charlie wasn't there for. That's why.
Okay, yeah.
Mouse and Gold. Who gave us that?
I don't
If you're
remember
looking
who
for
told
one
us.
specifically in the Cloudtop District,
Oh no,
Stumbling Baron.
that was Edna asking Kendall, do you know of an inn? And
Yeah.
Jordan answered for him.
Oh, then in that case, I'll direct them to that. Yeah, I must not have been there that week.
So that was
You
not in the
weren't
Cloudtop
there.
District, but it is
Okay.
one that you've already told them.
Then yeah, I'll go ahead and direct them to that. Then yeah.
It's where our mail, if we get any in our absence, is being directed to.
No, never mind. I'll deal with that later. I'm gonna go to the inn, put Ezra in a room so we can lay low.
Okay.
Where's the guild? So I can combine you later. Where the guild is.
You get a
I don't
street.
either.
You get a street address.
Yeah, I get an address on this one. Basic directions to it.
Yeah.
Alright, then I'm going to head to Mouse and Gold.
Mouse and Gold.
Mouse and Gold.
Okay. Alright, so you, along with with the cart that has just spent upwards of a half hour at a time sitting outside of various businesses for the evening, make your way to Mouse and Gold. At this point, it is pretty late.
Yeah.
Now here, as was asked earlier, it's not exactly the city that never sleeps, universally speaking, but in a lot of the areas that you've been frequenting so far, that is
Okay.
a pretty good way to summarize it. There's still a significant number of people on the streets, people stumbling in and out of bars, but you make your way. We'll say that somewhere along the way, the directions to Mouse and Gold are given, and you do find your way there. It is in the central district, which is from where you were in Outdoors Promenade. Is a fucking clip away.
Okay.
Like
Long time.
yeah. Actually, where you ended up in Outdoors Promenade, unfortunately, is close enough to where you'd have to, because you're gonna have to pass through. Okay, and here's the thing: you either have to pass through the military district to get around to the central district, or go back down through the erudite district to the central district. Going through the military district would be shorter. Yeah.
Will we have any troubles going there?
You know.
Would Kendall have told us to go through the military district?
He didn't mention to or not to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll let you know, Morty headed the direction of the erudite district though, which is
Okay, then I'll follow Morty and just drop him off on our way. Oh no,
Morty
it's
daycare.
school, yeah.
Alright, son, behave, take
Morty
care.
daycare. Here's, you have crafting rooms available? His daycare is a blacksmith
Yeah,
shop
you
with
just
a
put two
roaring
tools in his
furnace.
hand. Okay, now have fun.
There's just like there's 40 other Mortys there trying to plug in a get the DVD player up there for the TV to adjust the picture settings.
Nice.
There's just like a bunch of people in Nixie costumes.
Hey!
Are you a good Morty? Oh,
You did a good call, you got.
now we're mixing names between the
Yeah, it's getting weird.
universes.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Probably take you. It'll probably take you a close to. Well, actually, you could circle around the wall of the laptop district, and it'll probably take you about a little over an hour
Okay.
to get there. Circling around.
On our way there, are we passing like dock ward districts? Is there
No, you're far from it.
Okay.
The port, which is its own district, that's just called the Port of Milan. You're a couple hours
Okay.
of walk through the city from it. It is
fucking huge.
It is fucking massive. It is adjacent to the central district, but the central district is fucking huge.
Yeah. Okay.
So you'd have to go all the way through the central district, and then you'd be on the port. And even the port, to get from the wall that goes to the port to the actual ports, is still a fucking
long
clip.
time. Okay.
I almost made a reference that only me and Kristen would have understood. It's like walking from Bucktown to Greektown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But you make your way to Mouse and Gold. At some point, Morty, having peeled off to make his way towards the one guild hall within the erudite quarter.
Is it my guild hall?
I'm kind of asking. Are you going to just a general somewhere you can craft, or yours?
Mine.
Okay.
Go home. Where do you go home?
Okay.
It's vaguely charming in its own little way.
All right, and you make your way to Mouse and Gold. Morty, since you're just arriving there first.
Before you leave, can you give me a rock of disguise self just in case he's getting watched? The bag is in the bag.
It is in the back.
There's 2 rocks in the bag. Which one's the right one?
There are 2 rocks in the bag. Right?
Make a perception check.
Plus 8.
What a dick.
They look the exact fucking same.
Fuck!
You know what? He'll eat them both. It's fine.
Kid comes back to life just to get broken teeth.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fucked up.
That's fucking funny.
Wait, when the other rocket went back to his bag?
We're within
Still in
20.
there though.
I never took it
It's
out.
still in
Oh,
his bag
you
now that
just
you guys
left it
are
there,
within
okay.
range of each other.
Yeah,
It's in both
both
bags.
bags.
I just love that fuck it, he'll eat both.
Which, canonically speaking, of course, eating the rock would just waste it. But you can fuck with Esper that way, yeah, that's fine.
I mean, the first couple of times Edna did lick the rocks until she realized Murray was flying over her. Alright, well, we'll be there if you decide to come by. Not.
Okay.
Enjoy your crafting.
I'll find you out tomorrow. I'm gonna go back to the docks.
So you want to meet there? Or are you going there beforehand?
I'll find Joe before I go there, or just send me a message when you go there, or just check the couch. There might be a letter in there. There might be a finger in there. I don't know.
Oh boy.
We'll talk. We need to get sending some so that you can send messages.
I haven't sent these stuff.
What's the other one?
It was broke.
Which you have a rock.
It was a sending stuff.
Right. It loses its magic when the other one's broken, so it's a rock.
It's an X-sending stone.
Yeah.
It's a rock.
It's a synth stone.
It's a decently carved rock.
It's a blue tick mark. I'll send you a message tomorrow when I'm ready.
Okay.
And then I'll head on to House and Gold.
Okay. You arrive there first to your guild hall. What?
Speaking things into existence.
It's weird. Walking the familiar streets, getting closer, the more and more familiar streets until you find yourself outside of the familiar structure. It's fucking weird, dude. It's been a minute since you've been here.
Like 4 years.
And you spent a lot of time here before that, so it's weird. You grand entrance your way into the non-double doors. Okay.
He does it anyway. The fuck out.
Into the foyer area. Now here at the Anvil Gate, walking into the foyer area, you see the standard counter that sits there, manned by 2 different individuals. Here, it has been designed in such a way to also appear like an anvil. The counter itself, and they sit behind it, and as you cross in, you recognize neither of the 2 individuals behind the counter. You see a gnomish individual and a human, who both regard you as the human stands. Welcome to the Anvil Gate.
Hi. Is Altman here? Altman?
No, he's not. May I ask what your business with him is?
Guy who trained me. He's my master.
Do you have papers?
Yeah.
May I see them? Takes them, looks them over. Turns to the gnomish individual, hands them down to the gnome. Forgive me, welcome back, Mortiferous. He's not here at the moment, but I can get a message to him if you need.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to be gone long, then I was gone for 4 years.
Going out to get milk.
It's a long way to go for some cottage cheese, Mortiferous.
I'm back.
He takes the papers back from the gnome. The gnome's just like looking at you like a fucking kid would look at Tom Cruise. Hands them back to you. Well, I hope everything is alright. So is there something you'd like me to tell him?
Just tell him I'd like to meet him when he gets a chance. I'm gonna, until then, if you have a spare room, just go work on some stuff. That's okay.
Absolutely. If it's not urgent, if he's not to break his schedule, which he's wont to do, he should be in tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'll probably still be here.
He doesn't usually come in very early, but very well.
I haven't been at an actual smith in a very long time. Just crafting on a wagon stuff.
If you can manage it at all, that would be. Let's see if we can find you some better accommodation.
She kept taking the rocky road.
And he leads you back.
Alright.
Now here, at the anvil gate, you cannot natural 1, for this is your home
Trip advantage.
Shit!
Did anybody else just feel the table lift?
I saw it. It's disturbing.
You cannot fail the DC at all, as a matter of fact. So you will get at least 2 points of progress per check. The rolls will be made for this simply for the possible advantage of the natural 20.
I do have advantage being in an actual real work environment.
Those things are the accounting for the
Okay.
for the bonus, yeah. So it'll be a straight roll, but only for the possibility of a natural 20. Otherwise, each roll is considered not just not a natural 1, but a success for the DC of the item you're crafting. And this is within reason. If you're crafting something that has a DC of 30, we'll still probably do those.
We're never going to
No. Hi guys.
Why would we?
Yeah, but nothing that you've crafted up to this is even near that. So.
Now here's where I'll try this again because this is where I really wanted to start the ring. Because I knew I could find somebody to help me with the ring.
Well, in that case, what we discussed before, because what we did land on was when I do write something up, I don't want you to have put time into it and then see what I've written up and go, that's not worth my time. And you've already put 3 weeks into it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're pretty sure that you're just gonna want it regardless, then we can record progress because I doubt you're gonna finish it during this session anyway.
Yeah.
And then I'll try to have something written up.
Okay.
You know, and I'm gonna try and be fair regardless. So hopefully you're not like, no, I wouldn't have done this if I'd known it was gonna be this.
That's fair.
But so we'll just count progress for now.
Okay.
Now at this point in the day, you would roll for exhaustion to even craft it all right now.
Really?
Yeah, you guys came in the evening
Oh yeah,
from a
that's
whole day of
right.
travel.
You already like crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, at this point, it's like probably almost midnight.
I'll do at least one.
Okay.
Because you can't have one.
So yeah, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, however. Or is it a check or a saving throw? I don't remember for exhaustion.
Either way, it's gonna.
But that's the same for you. Anyway.
I think my.
Do you have proficiency in con saves?
Yeah. And it's a 16 on the dice. So if it's con save, then it's 23.
Okay, yeah. So you're fine. So you can get in at least the check.
All right. 15.
Okay. So yeah. Anything but a natural one.
Jeweler's tools. I am proficient in.
Right.
So I do get to add that to this.
For the moment being, it's not relevant, but yes.
Never leave it alone. At least until the ring's made.
We'll buy another.
Now, obviously, reading this is I'm not going to show it to you, so you can actually read the text. But it's funny is I track a lot of your crafting progress on this one page, and it's a page that has a section titled "Morty is worth a lot of money," because it is a section detailing a pair of not your capture, but it was one of the what are their names? Fitch and.
No, those
Himdall.
are the two people that met me in the fucking destroyed my kitchen.
Yes, Fitch and Himdall. This was the page detailing that attack. And it's the page that all your shit's tracked on. It's funny.
Nice.
Morty's worth a lot of money is the title of that blurb for me. To remind
You
me.
title them too?
Oh, yeah. So I know what the fuck I'm looking at. Like this one is because this is from way long ago. Kashev done been arrested. on the very next page.
Since we're done with the campaign, I'll tell you what some of the titles were and you'll remember it. It's how I broke shit up.
Yeah. The Shadow Mastiffs outside the Necromancer's Keep. That's called Shadow Guardians. That blurb about them, shit like that. Morty's haunting past haunting. Is one of them. Redhold renovations. That's awesome. Room 10. Yeah. So anyway, So your first check. Now, in terms of getting help, what was your hope?
That I could pay somebody to assist me to lower the crafting level.
Okay, so a couple things there. Being at the guild hall, there's not gonna be anyone at the ready that can help with an enchanting, like the actual crafting of a set of armor, for example. Sure, you probably have to search for someone outside
I
of.
figured between the Lyceum, I could maybe bribe or blow, Baxeldon.
You're much more likely to find someone who can help you at the Lyceum or in the shop than you are here.
Yeah, I figured I would have to figure out the Lyceum tomorrow because it's already really late.
And also someone who's not an artificer has to actually have something relevant. Given the nature of this ring.
I would be looking for somebody with counter stuff.
Yes.
Arcane magic.
Yeah, I really figured if it wasn't somebody readily available in the guild hall that I would have to go to Lyceum. So I was gonna do that tomorrow.
Alright, so that's your one check for the night.
Yeah.
Can you go to see?
Yeah.
There is a separate quarter giving your plan to craft for 4 hours. Around that time, the young gentleman returns and leads you to it. Not that you're unfamiliar, but he also is a little too anxious to come back and lead you to it.
You people do like me.
Yeah.
They just don't really know me.
It's a very specific subset of people, but sure.
A very specific subset of people who also just met him.
Who don't know morning and like morning.
Let's give this another couple hours at the table and see where we're at.
Aw, Morty's turn.
Can I see something you've crafted? Fuck off! Got it.
Boom!
Oh, what you working on there?
Here, I'll give you something I crafted. Boom.
And now we have to leave him on, pursued by guards.
We'll sneak up behind you and accidentally fuck up whatever.
Edna's very painstakingly covering various, if not all, available surfaces around you that she can get you with flowers.
Again now, how many can you make?
I circle a bust with bits of moss.
When you hear a single set of footsteps,
Here we go.
you've heard these a few times already with the butler, we'll call him, coming to the door. You hear the heavy of the lock and the door open. You see the butler standing in the doorway. Master Wyndom.
Aye.
And he turns to the side, and appearing in the doorway is an elderly human gentleman who fills the doorway and steps just inside. You recognize Saul Wyndom to be standing before you. Edna, you see he's wearing a similar to most of the things in the room, gray with an ornate white trim that reaches about 4 inches or so in from any given edge of the robe. And he's doubled just over. You see his arms aren't quite visible under the robe as he's, you can see his shoulders hunched just forward, like he's got his hand behind his back. Stepping just into the chamber. Kendall.
Grandfather? Release, Edna. There you go.
I received your letter.
Was there any attempts?
Will you come with me?
Let's go.
Alone?
She's
You can
important.
leave if you'd like.
Sorry?
You can leave if you'd like. But I'd like to speak with my grandson alone. No offense.
Hi, I'm Edna.
I know.
Threw across a daisy.
He turns and steps just around him and takes it from you.
I love it.
He stands sideways between the two of you, holding it. Thank you.
And I'll just like, Otto, have fun. What's the rule?
Not food.
Not food. Okay. And I will follow.
Steps out of the room, back into this central kind of foyer area that you walked through briefly before a couple hours earlier. You see just down some 20 feet or so from the front door itself is a large staircase that heads up both to the left and to the right. It splits off after about 15 steps or so and splits off to the left and right and then curls around.
And as we're moving through, I'm just like trying to make small talk. So I see you found yourself a new man. What happened to the old one?
Got old. He's not looking at you, walking just ahead of you. Begins to ascend the stairs. You notice his footsteps as you begin to walk through these stone-walled, stone-floored, stone-ceiling chambers. You hear your footsteps echo throughout them, and you hear the footsteps of Chorus behind you as the door is closed, but you don't hear your grandfather's. There seem to be two very distinct sources of footsteps, particularly as he ahead of you begins climbing the stairs.
Would I have any concept of what's causing that?
Roll an Arcana check.
I'm good at these. Except when I roll a 2, so that's a 10.
I mean, you know that there are a number of reasons that might be taking place, ranging from there are a lot of different magical reasons that could be happening.
Yeah. I just assume it's magic bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
So with the roll of 2, we'll say you assume it's magic bullshit.
Yeah.
Yes, he replies to your question thusly as he begins to ascend the stairs, but is wordless otherwise.
And I'll follow. Yeah.
Begins to curl up to the left, up the staircase. You see it comes around, and what would have appeared to just be like some outset railings. If you follow the stairs up around to both sides, you see that these stairs descend up and come land at these balconies that overlook this foyer area that you began to ascend the stairs within. Crosses back where from the ground floor. You have to move far enough back that you would not be able to see the doorway that's at the very end of that hall. But upon following him down it, you see he kind of stands there and waits and then turns around towards you. As Horace kind of hurriedly climbs the steps behind you and walks just past, excusing himself softly and stepping past Saul as well. Horace himself opens the door as your grandfather just kind of looks you right in the eyes. And once the door is open, he turns and enters the chamber.
And as I walk through, I'll just turn to Horace. A little bit of an affectation, isn't it? The whole having doors open for you.
Just kind of has like this passive insight.
Yeah.
Just has this like half-assed, like acknowledging but not quite amused by it.
Sure.
At the same time, grin and just kind of in doing so kind of closes his eyes and just nods his head, gesturing you to the door.
I've been on the receiving end of that grin so many times in real life, it's not even funny.
Walk through.
Yeah.
Steps just inside and closes the door behind him, stopping. Horace stopping at the door.
Sure.
And you see your grandfather enter into the room that you now see is. This room contains more wood furniture than you've seen in any other previous chamber or hall that you've been down, as it is a library. He is crossing around a large, heavy, not wooden. The desk itself, oddly enough, not wooden, but the bookshelves are actually similar to this color, like a rich golden oak colored.
Gotcha.
Bookshelves, pardon me, shitload of indigestion right. Bookshelves. He crosses around to an already pulled out chair and seats himself in it. bringing his arms around from the back, seeming to take on a little bit better posture than he previously had with his arms, the way that they were, and sitting down, gesturing slowly, softly to one of the.
I'll take a seat. Always thought that was a good trick, by the way.
What is that?
The walking slightly hunched makes you look older than you are. Makes you look older, weaker.
What have you gotten into?
I've really stepped in it this time, I'll admit.
You mentioned that organization.
The Myriad, yeah. Well, someone from your organization sent me on a job. How they got in contact with me, beyond me. But I was part of taking a real bastard of a wizard off the board. Turns out he was connected to that organization, and his mentor put a little hit out on me, bag over my head, shoved me in a basement. Got out of there, wound up on a boat in the middle of the ocean, met a bunch of weirdos who, funnily enough, had a grudge against the same bastard who threw a bag over my head and tossed me in a basement. So, we go and kill that bastard. One of our friends dies in the furor. The one you met downstairs, the snake lady.
The one making a mess in your drawing room.
And we kill him. So now his boss wants us dead. Figure fair enough, we'll go kill him. Kind of make a botch job of that. Made a whole hash of that. So now it turns out the whole organization wants us and everybody we know dead. I figured you were a lower risk because anybody they send to you is going to go home in a matchbox.
Let's take this a step at a time then. You were captured.
Initially, yeah.
How? If you were doing your job correctly, I would have never known it was you, am I right? Or am I wrong?
You are empirically correct. However,
That's convictions, Mom.
however, there were complications, and I wound up exposed.
Could those complications be summed up with the word carelessness?
I prefer swagger, but both are applicable, sure.
You would. And then after that, you escaped, it sounds like, and found your way towards this group of people that you said it just so happened had a beef with the same individuals. Now, when you say it just so happened.
Yes, time is a flat circle, everything's predestined, got it.
Did you seek them out, or did you stumble upon them?
As near as I can tell, I stumbled upon them.
Make a deception check.
What? What?
Nope, that's an 11.
Right. So after finding these people that just so happened to have issue with the same individuals, you became surprised that these individuals came after you even harder.
Surprised isn't the word.
What is?
Sort of grudging acceptance, I suppose.
Despite your liabilities, I've been around you long enough to know that you're not without your gifts. I do not believe you came across these people by accident. And I do not believe that you had no idea what could have happened if you got tangled with them. So now we arrive at you, my home. Why?
Well, to be frank, if I'd had my way about it, we wouldn't be in Amon. However, given that we received a very dire threat about our families and anybody we know, and anybody we know that knows anybody we know, that knows anybody they know, and so on, I figured it might do me some good to check in.
So if I'm to understand correctly, you are here because you're worried about William or Wyatt or whatever his name is, the acrobat with whom you perform those grotesque acts.
Excuse me?
Wallace.
Whatever.
And no, this is concern about, alarmingly enough, you, old man.
What do you hope to accomplish by being here? For all of the potential that you have, he stands, placing his hands on the desk. You seem resistant to learn.
I was never resistant to learn. I was resistant to the way of certain things inside of your organization.
He reaches out his hand.
You alright?
You go to shake it, he says, I'll be fine. And your hand passes through his.
What the fuck?
I'll be fine.
No. What is this nonsense?
For all the gifts that you had, you seem resistant to learn. And he gestures to the books surrounding him. If you want to worry about those that need to be worried about, be my guest. But do not bring more problems to my doorstep. I'll be fine. Thank you.
Okay. Fine then. Having said that then, how many favors will I have to owe to grant the circus some kind of protection?
Make a persuasion check.
This one I'm going to use the nat 20. Yeah.
Okay. What are we talking about? What do you want?
I just want... They're good people. I just want them watched over. Surely you have one person you can spare with a little theatricality.
Watching over them is one thing, but if someone watching were to see something happen, watching alone does not lend itself to being able to intervene or interfere, or that is not protection. You know this.
I know this, so what would protection cost me?
Well, I don't know if you're wanting me to hire a personal guard for an entire circus, or simply remove them from the equation for a time.
What does that mean?
It means I don't know what you're asking for.
Understood.
Why don't you get your thoughts together? I'm not going anywhere.
Evidently not. You spooky Evidently not, grandfather. 2 years ago, I would have called you a spooky fuck. Now I'm trying to be respectful.
Noted.
So I suppose that's me dismissed.
If you wouldn't mind taking care of your friend's mess, it is.
Isn't that why you've got Lurch outside?
He's in the room.
Oh, sorry.
I also thought he stepped outside.
Yeah,
and closed the door.
that's
Yeah.
my misheard.
Inside the room. Familiar face of Arlo. She stops in the doorway after opening it, taking a quick scan across the room, her eyes meeting those of you, which, as as conspicuously as she was entering with anybody, any of you who are down here. As her gaze meets yours, you see she steps to the direction of the door and gestures her hand out into the street, and that's what we'll pick up next week.
You motherfucker! Why?
We only saw her though, there was no, perhaps a small rogue-sized body next to her.
That's accurate. You only saw her.
Why?
Because it's 1 a.m.
Because it's 1 a.m.
It is?
Latest.
Oh my god. Motherfuck.
But we got quite a bit done that session. That was more progress than I'm used to.
Well, I think it done, yeah. I brought spiritual weapon tokens.
What did you wear?
So how high
They're
is the bounty on our heads that you're coming
They're
for?
right there on the DM screen.
Oh, cute.
Just come back out.
Yeah, we got a mace, morningstar, axe, sword, mop, and drumstick.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like it.
It's okay, buddy.
I keep
It's
trying to pick up and
okay.
play Breath of the Wild, and
It's
just
okay.
other games get in the way.
It's okay.
Can't understand that feel.
Well, right now I'm like halfway to.
Alcoholic rogue time.
Because I'm pretty sure you don't know how to play anything else.
So what are you this time?
not
Are you
bad.
Not wrong.
are you inquisitive? Are you what are the other types? Assassin.
Swashbuckler,
Yeah,
assassin,
We're
baseline
getting the
thief.
swashbuckler.
We're getting the swashbuckler finally.
He actually has a
yes.
charisma now.
Yeah.
That's the new
Fuck
thing.
yeah.
A rogue with charisma.
Yeah.
No. None of my characters will ever have charisma. Although my next character is definitely dumping intelligence. Because it makes playing a whole lot easier if you're just stupid.
Just stupid. That's all you complain about. I'm sorry. I have
just-
a 6 intelligence.
You just
What do you want from
lean
me?
into the stupid.
And you just lean
What's
in-
that? What's that grog line? I have a 6 intelligence. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You just lean into the stupid and let the rest of the party do that heavy lifting.
Okay. Wait, not even close, really. Which finally, after a few hours of waiting, just before sundown, really, you can see as the door does open, and you can still see most of the sun coming through it because her visage doesn't quite fill it. You do see Litzy fill the doorway. Her eyes scan quickly across the room and meet your group's gaze as you're all looking towards her. She kind of steps to one side with effortlessly filling so little of the doorway that another figure could possibly pass through, or that to be the desired outcome, and gestured out of the door towards you with a slight grin on her face, something that you don't often see. At which point, another figure, similar in height to Litzy, but significantly thinner. You see a small, gray, tabaxi figure. Female, wearing a nice tunic, similar in style that you see to what you've seen Litzy wear the few times that you've encountered her, and a tiny little, what you now are picking up on to be a little 9-year-old breastplate affixed to her chest, shoulders back. You see her coming in, chin up, hands both behind her back. Steps in to just ahead of Litzy, who then steps in and closes the door behind her. She steps in front of who you now recognize, assume to be Dahlia, and she crosses over towards you. Dahlia, just a step behind in tow.
Micah, if you would like to describe your character.
Behind you, you see another air genasi.
Oh!
If you'd like to describe your character.
Oh my god!
Air genasi, built mostly like Lizzie. A little bit taller, but not by much. Short cropped white hair. Dressed damn near exactly the same as both of them.
Fascinating.
White eyes.
Behind your back.
White eyes. Like,
Well, why don't you show her what she did wrong, if you wouldn't mind?
of course.
If I might speak to you for a moment. She kind of crosses paths, not quite meeting, but crosses paths with this other individual that crosses over towards Dahlia, who you see has resheathed the sword that she was carrying and is walking over and collecting the
Okay. Just, yeah. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I've never fought a conduit before.
I'm glad I don't have to because I have
It's not a good angle. I can't get it going. You're just gonna have to hold it.
Or
someone is.
I didn't expect you
Or-
to fight.
Ambushed by the goddamn area like we always do. We're a fucking bounty hunter.
Which way does it bend?
Oh, the other way.
If you start kicking her ass, I'm just
There
gonna
you
finish you.
Pull it back a little bit? Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Just shoot him.
What?
My gun.
I'm not gonna shoot him though.
I
You
said
can't.
I'll just
Okay.
shoot him.
Yeah, he has a gun in a fantasy setting. He literally has a cheat code.
It's got a Skyrim mod. Like, they couldn't really work it out though, so it's a crossbow that makes a gun sound.
Yes.
Boom!
Okay.
Alright.
So you guys stand at odds with one another, some 25 feet apart, towards the center of the chamber, looking each other in the eye, fingers twitching at your guns. I would like for you to each roll initiative.
Ooh, not too bad.
That's alright. 14.
21.
God damn it.
This is Micah we're talking about.
It's not the character, it's Micah.
With initiative rolls only.
That's it.
Hey, let's see. Oh, you ain't got expertise anymore, buddy.
I don't know.
You never
I
read,
know!
You never read the conduit
I looked
class.
at my ability scores.
I read the conduit class.
Yeah, I only scanned over it, admittedly. So.
Okay, so as you guys
So it's like,
stare each other down,
not yet.
Edna twitches and Zephyr reacts. What would you like to do?
I will cast Blight at 5th level.
You son of a bitch!
Fuck
You
yeah.
son of a bitch!
Make a con save, please.
You have advantage.
I have advantage. You son of a bitch. Using my
That was a
own
good-
fucking spell against me, you asshole.
It's not your spell anymore.
Oh no.
It's our spell now.
But that's a 7.
Oh!
The other was a natural 1.
I saw the one.
Yeah.
So you watch these white, branch-like veins wrap around her body and sap the life energy from her. Please roll again.
Oh, I actually would have had advantage regardless because I'm the
Yuan-ti.
It's fucked up. Alright, we know. It's super fucked up. This is weird, I don't have to track any health.
Aw, that's
Yeah.
really nice for you.
Yeah. You finally get to just watch.
Was this what it was like down in the basement? No, because you had Lori.
The basement?
In the dungeon where you guys all fought each other.
The necromancer's
Oh, the
basement?
one
Yeah,
I didn't get to
we're-
fight anyone.
right,
because I was
okay.
left out. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
'cause you were
what
shattering
basement?
the
What
giant
basement
stone
were we
thick
in?
door. Yep.
Why is there a flower on the screen?
Beg your pardon?
On what screen?
It's like a...
Oh, it tells you what lighting it's using.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Outdoor
what?
lighting.
Outdoor lighting.
Yeah, I was like, why is there a tulip on there?
That's so many dice.
It's that plus spell casting modifier.
Which is
It's
disgusting.
light plus
No,
focus
I
modifier
don't
and
know,
stuff.
it's not,
She's got the
no.
skill card. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It does not add your spellcasting on.
That is 42 points of damage.
Ooh.
Damn, bro.
Ouch.
So.
I'm
Okay.
convinced.
And I don't look happy when I do it.
Okay, move on bonus action. You do see his hand reaches forward and these small white beams of energy extend out from each finger just for the first few, like 5-6 inches or so before they fade out, and you see those white tendrils of energy wrap around Edna's body and sap that life energy from her. You see as it saps that energy from her for these few seconds, those white beams on the tips of his fingers thicken and seem to invigorate him slightly as he backs up. I mean, it didn't actually.
Yeah.
It's not a modified blight spell.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. I'm just like, okay.
I
And
hope not, because
I
it's his turn again.
What is it?
No, I'm saying if you go okay.
I'm just like, okay. I also cast Blight at a 5th level.
Con save, please. And here we learn.
7, 8.
Oh, never mind.
14.
That's a failure. Someone finally failed! Very nice.
You know what I love, Arydun?
What?
Perfectly symmetrical violence.
10,
See how symmetrical it is in a moment.
12, 15, 20, 27, 34, 38, 44 points of necrotic.
Yeah.
Almost perfectly symmetrical.
And then as a bonus action, shillelagh my staff as I whack it against my hand.
Okay.
Now.
And I come closer.
Perfectly symmetrical violence never solved
20,
anything.
25, 30.
At least make Edna feel better.
Oh man, I'm under my wrist.
I will cast Vampiric Touch.
Oh boy.
I find the page.
I got it. Alright, are you casting at a higher level?
No.
Just, okay, it's a 3rd level spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I take one step
Melee,
forward.
melee spell attack, yeah.
At disadvantage.
Yep.
Have you already?
22.
Fine.
3d6.
3d6. 8 points of damage.
You regain
And
4.
I regain 4.
And you are maintaining concentration.
Yep.
Oh shit. Does that do something every round?
You can, it just maintains. As long as you can make the attack each round before the concentration is broken, you can just, it keeps
Oh
ticking.
shit.
Yeah.
What's the duration on that?
A minute.
It is.
Oh wow.
If you can maintain contact, you just keep siphoning energy.
That is,
I mean,
yeah, that's solid for a 3rd level.
Then, in that case, I step back. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and cast Heat Metal on your armor.
Okay.
that is.
You just take the damage. Oh, plus. Nice. For 11 points of fire damage.
You said 11?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 11 points of fire damage.
And now, having lobbied fucking bombs in the first round, they're scaling down.
So make a concentration check on Vampiric Touch.
At disadvantage. because your armor's been heated.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's part of it, yeah.
Oh shit.
16.
I don't think it is.
Oh wait, no, sorry, that's on the item. If you stole on the item.
Yeah, so not with.
Never mind, sorry.
That's the
Okay.
first one.
Then 24.
Okay, yeah. So you maintain vampiric touch. Is that your turn, Edna?
Yeah. That's
Okay. Zephyr.
There are no flames involved with heat metal, it's just the actual metal itself.
It's just
It's heating,
red
yeah.
hot.
Okay. Then I will cast Blight at 5th level.
Absolutely.
Gonna use a luck point.
So sad.
Nat 20.
Okay, so you say take half damage.
What was that roll? The one was like a 7, right?
It was a 7 and a 1.
No, it was a 7 and a 2,
It
wasn't
was a 2? Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
it
it
was
was a 7 and a 2.
Oh well, in that case.
Yeah, in that case.
In that case, it's so much
Listen,
better.
I'm pedantic. I can't help it.
Oh, look at all those ones.
$33.
Halved to 16.
Okay, it's weird that I have to say this, but don't kill each other until I get back.
Concentration check, please.
And I'm going to
Yeah.
invoke reciprocity.
Ooh.
And I have
That sounds fun.
advantage. For the both of those. That is a 22.
Okay, so you maintain concentration?
Or 21, sorry. But yeah.
Oh no, you drop it.
How much damage did you take, Edna?
11?
I've forgotten. Yeah,
No,
11,
no,
yeah.
16. 16.
16, yeah, 16.
11, 16.
Alright, it's now my turn.
For all future reference, you want to do that before you make the attack? No, because we're fucking with the mechanics. I'll allow it, but you need to do it before you make the attack. It doesn't matter because it lasts until the next hit.
Alright, so my turn. Bonus action, heat metal. Very nice.
Do you want to describe reciprocity or?
Yeah. So actually, it's an oddly similar effect as the vampiric touch. So as this blight wraps those white branch-like root-like tendrils around you and saps energy into you, where those white beams of energy are stretching forward from his hands, you see equal and negative black, that same root-like, those root-like tendrils come back across his hand, and this time there is a visible reinvigoration, where he appears to be, not that he's taken any physical wounds, but it appears to be healing him.
Wow.
Yep.
Excuse me.
So yeah, so I bonus action heat metal for 18 points of fire damage. And then I'm going to does that work like that? Hang on. I don't think it works like that. No.
Also, it's 2d8 plus your d6.
Yeah.
Okay, you just rolled really fucking well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She rolled
I
really
got a
good.
5, a 7, and a 6.
Damn.
Was that from your first roll or did you re-roll on this turn?
I reroll this turn. It's
Okay.
with a bonus action. I can
Right, I
keep
know.
hitting him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then for my action, I'm going to. I think most acid arrow. Yeah. 2d4. So maybe a spell attack. That is a. What is it again? That's a 24 to hit.
I hope so.
You better fucking be.
You better fucking hit.
It increases, does it not? Yes, it does. Nope. No. Okay.
Oh my god, they won't cut my dog's nails because he had a rabies shot yesterday.
What?
That's
What does one have
If
to
the
do
dog
with
has
the
had, if the dog's had a shot within the last 48 hours, they won't room it.
weird.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good roll.
Yay!
She's a fucking bitches.
4, 7. Where are you? 8. 9. 12 points of acid damage.
Should have been a water genasi. Would have been 6.
So that's my turn.
I love genasi a lot.
I am going to attempt to cast slow.
Okay.
That is a wisdom saving
Yeah.
throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, you're.
Advantage.
Nope, I'm not
At
gonna.
advantage.
I'm not gonna say it.
This is me being petty, but pretty much all magic battles against Yuan-ti are bullshit to me because that's such a fucking broken trait.
Yeah,
Hey Cam, Charlie, could you read that number I rolled there?
Nice.
that's a natural 20.
No
So it does nothing.
effect.
Do it.
Oh. So it's a saber suck spell.
Pretty much, yeah.
So there's that.
Well, okay. That's
Anything
fine.
else? That's your action. You have bonus action and movement.
Bone sheet.
So, and is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Alright. At the end of your turn, you take an additional 4, 5. Where are you? 8. 8 more points of acid damage.
Wow.
Alright, so.
Some broken ass spells that just keep doing damage.
Oh, right, so bonus action. Heat metal. I got all these spells, I forgot how much damage they each do. Plus that, of course. Nice. So 10 points of fire damage.
Should have been fire genasi.
And then, and you know what? I'll just do it again. Mel's acid arrow. Spell attack. Shit.
Aw.
That's a 17?
Misses, I believe.
Misses.
Oh!
Alright, hang on, let me. Because I can't remember if you take half or not. One sec.
I think we got a
I don't
dex-based
think so,
character
right?
here.
I can't, it's been a while since I cast this.
If it's a 2-hit, I don't think you would take half.
Nope, yep, nothing. So that's that, okay.
You can end this like.
Oh, wait, no. No, he takes half.
What?
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, it says on a miss, the arrow splashes the target with acid for half as much of the initial damage
That is
and
bullshit.
no additional damage at the end of that turn.
That's bullshit.
That is bullshit.
So let me roll this.
What if they're like in full cover? You instantly
My
miss.
God.
You miss, but they still take damage.
5, 11, 12, so 6 points of acid damage.
You can end this, Micah. You just have to take her down.
Hey, who are you rooting for?
Yeah, who the fuck are you rooting for?
I have no.
I'm not the one that abandoned this family.
Neither is he.
Neither is Micah. It was
Shut up!
Arlo abandoned this.
Oh, shut up.
You have to understand, this is not Edna fighting Zephyr, this is Kristen fighting Micah.
Invoke reciprocity, because now I'm casting Blade of Force.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where it belongs.
Con save
Yay!
with
At
a
advantage.
because you're fucking broken.
Yay! Dude, the fact that I'm still up right now.
The fact that I allowed you to play Yuan-ti.
Shit.
Ooh.
Jordan, don't be mad just because your class is losing.
I still have blood.
No.
No.
This is the fact that I allowed her to play Yuan-ti.
No, yeah.
It's a 10. There's a veil. Where's the marker go? Give me.
She hasn't even used any like special druid ability. This is just spellcaster against spellcaster right now, so it has nothing to do with the class.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got your. Unless he rolls like garbage, you're gone.
Yeah.
Should have used that one.
Like,
I used them.
Oh,
Yeah, that
you
was
only
it.
had one left. Okay.
Yeah.
40.
Yep.
I am unconscious.
Oh no!
And you regain 20 hit points.
Oh shit! Seeing Edna fall, I'm assuming they're out of contact, so I'm gonna immediately rush over to
Please
her.
tell me how many hit points you had left.
Oh, I told you you should have just blind! Okay. I will I'll grab her, pick her up, and cast a 5th level Cure Wounds on her.
Okay. As you do so, you see Dahlia has matched pace with you and has rushed over and is leaning down and also casting Cure Wounds.
No, me first.
For
No, me first.
40.
huh?
Not 20.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has 43 hit points.
Oh shit!
I gained 43 hit points
that
from hitting
fucking-
you.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, god damn.
16.
Yeah, it's you don't get to do it, but it's a blow your load thing for him right now. That's 15
35.
points
Thank
from
you.
Dahlia.
30.
Mommy and Daddy both left, so he's sad.
Dragon, right?
Yeah, dragon. It's okay, dragon. It's okay. They'll come back. They'll come back. It's okay. It's okay.
Hey, dragon. Dragon. Hey. No whining. No whining. Hey, dragon. Oh, buddy.
Oh, but.
Oh, buddy.
Too bad. No. They just wanted to go shopping, and then we took Ezra to see my sister.
I did fuck all. Spent my day wasting it away on wild goose chases and the like.
I don't know. You said that you need to find them. Is that where we would be going next? They don't really seem to have a plan. Anyone else?
I don't suppose it's up to me exactly, but I mean, I'd like to. Certainly, if I can find them, I'd like to. I'm sure they're not dangling by their toes.
I doubt it. But then again, I guess I don't really know what you guys deal with on a regular basis, so. Could be.
You one of them smart types?
In some places, yes.
What do you think of this? He pulls out it's a few pieces of paper and sets them on the table and slides them across your direction. It's a cipher. I've been working on deciphering. You able to make any sense of it?
Give it a go.
Make an intelligence check.
Never made one of these.
We've been cracking it bit by bit, but this last one I had a little bit of a time with. Just the icing on the cake for my day, you know. 6.
Oh no.
It looks like fucking gibberish.
Is that a G or?
Right, he takes it. Maybe I have to get Mortiferous on it. Maybe just give it another crack myself. Puts it back in the
Power
sack.
to you.
Fucking table. Pardon me?
I love the 3-second breakdown that happens every time I mention it.
Pardon me?
Kind of stands. Well, he like pats the little the bag with that he stuffed the papers into. This has bothered me. I'm gonna go see if I can take another crack at it. He goes upstairs. You have his stats?
I do, yeah, I have his character sheet with me.
Intelligence modifier.
Plus
I
4.
think it's a 4, but I don't want to be certain. His intelligence is a +4. And you said you wanted his intelligence-based proficiencies?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
Okay. If you were just having an existential crisis downstairs in the bar,
Yeah.
he.
I told them I'd be waiting for them. I'm tired. It's bedtime. I told them I'd be waiting for them.
Who stays out this late?
Well, by this time, by the time that, because he does come back down, by the time he comes back down, it's probably only just like not even quite midnight, which is still long past your bedtime.
Yeah.
But he comes back down the stairs holding some papers and comes and sits in the booth across from you.
Not good.
Pulls out a piece of paper and lays it across, and you see it's not one that you saw before. It seems to be one with, it's got shit crossed out all over it. It's written in his own hand. You see that there's ink all over his fucking hand. It seems like this is what he was working on. Read that.
Okay.
Okay. What you read is this. The words that follow.
What?
Send Corbin and whatever men he needs to Terse Fields before the day of deep solace. Here enclosed are a separate set of instructions to be sent with him. You are to oversee his progress remotely from Kymel. His purpose will be to test and modify unto success a lycanthropic compound that we can use to achieve the specifications outlined in the letter you will give him. Leokin, as you may have already guessed as the goal of this endeavor, the tales are true. We have located the Temple of the Moon Progeny, and as far as we can tell, the suspicions you expressed 10 years ago were correct. The Ilthing's chamber can only be opened by one of the Moon Progeny. All attempts to subvert this special criteria via magic have failed. If Corbin remains half the alchemist he once was, or even 1/4 the master of druidic magics his record indicates, he will be the one to subvert it. Be sure he has an escape plan if anyone of considerable strength should become the wiser to his misdeeds before he is finished. He cannot fail, but even more so, he cannot die. What do you make of that? You don't have any idea what's going on. He grabs the paper and slides it back on the table. Where are the girls? Where are the girls?
Well, he headed back in.
Where's Mortiferous?
He's crafting.
We know where he is, though.
Yes.
I don't want to go to get him, and the girls come back when I'm gone. We'll wait. Arydun can get Mortiferous when she gets back. Do you remember all the stories we told you?
Most of them.
All of the water that fills the ship creek that we found ourselves down? Yeah, do you remember the parts about Terse Fields? Probably not. Kind of glossed over it for a bit there. Well,
Bad.
this part right here, and he points at the lycanthropic compound, he's like, yeah, I don't know what this means, but it doesn't sound good.
No, definitely.
He sets the paper on the table while you're talking and walks away towards the bar. You see him over to the bar, you see him do this very distinctly. Towards the bartender.
I take the time and look at it again. Read through it again.
It said moon touched.
I will send it in the group chat.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I was gonna ask you to read it
I
again.
meant to have just what he's able to decipher printed, but I had no idea when this was going to come up, so it's not with me.
Fair enough.
Because he's had these pages for actual months.
Damn.
Hot damn.
I thought I knew the name Corbin. If we did, I did not write it down, so. Oops.
Because, yeah, a lot of it sounded really fucking relevant.
A 1 to
1 to a billion.
1 to a billion scale, yeah.
So do we just split up on both sides of the doorway, break the doors down, and go
Try to
swinging?
Try to break through from the roof, possible.
The roof was metal, right?
It was metal.
Yeah,
The roof is
the roof's metal. That's not gonna happen.
You'd be a flying monkey on a hot tin roof.
I've seen that play. It's not pleasant.
Flying monkey on a hot tin roof?
Yeah. That poor monkey.
It's literally just a monkey on a hot tin roof, and he's just screaming the
Yeah.
whole time.
Somebody should really do something about it. It's not ethical.
What has Lori seen of the inside?
They're just unloading or loading up.
No, he's
What-
asking a
What
character.
does the place look like inside?
Empty.
Like
She
structural.
can't hear you ask that.
She described it as a big empty
I
building,
can ask
right?
one of them and they can ask her telepathy.
He was asking them and they misunderstood.
Yeah.
What does the inside of the building look like?
Are there any factors?
As I said before,
cover?
there are no structures inside, there's no other rooms. It is just a big open space. There were some crates and sacks around the cart and kind of close around, but they've been loading them in and situating things on the cart for the last 20 minutes or so, as far as I can tell.
Are there any catwalks or anything that you could get on us in the roof area?
I'm not trying to be a dick.
Are there
But she
any?
can't.
Are
Yeah,
there
asking.
any?
I know. You just said it a minute ago, no one repeated it, so I was making sure.
Are there any catwalks out of the ceiling or any places for Morty to perch?
There are some thin wooden framing. I'm not sure if it would support a person though, especially not a large one.
Cool.
They're not very deep, not very big gaps in between them either. It is, and you can see from the outside the roof. Like I said, it's a very low pitch. Like it's just enough for runoff. So if there were a frame on the inside, you imagine like any kind of truss going across, and the precipice of any kind of truss above it would probably only be like a foot or a foot and a half or so at its biggest point.
I'm fine going in. I don't have many spells left anyway, so most of my spells that I do have are short range, so if we do need to go inside, that's fine.
Is aware of the angles, and this currently does not serve her purposes. So she'll shift the archer party to an advantageous angle.
Yeah, I'll take her advice.
Yeah, she'll have all of the archers shift over.
Ooh, merci.
Yeah, like
That'll get everybody in there.
So where do we put Ilfang?
Oh, you think that many is Ilfang?
Just stack 10 of those on
Yeah,
top of each
just-
other? Yeah.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna fucking get hit.
Yeah, you were like, I'm gonna let her right in front of the door. I'm like, okay.
He's like, I know how this works, an arrow's gonna get
They
shot
just
at me.
drive the cart out of the door, and Morty is a cockroach. Okay.
Morty and Arydun just get driven over.
Yeah.
And someone, whoever is there, I can't see.
Me. Arydun. I'm in front of
Does
the door.
I'm going to telepathically let me know the moment you go to
I'm not
open
gonna
the door.
cast invisibility then.
Okay.
Just let
Because
me
it
know.
will drop from the main shoot.
I mean,
Right.
now.
My
I
hand
thought
is
if we were
on-
walking in where the room.
Oh, right, I got you.
My
I'm
hand
gonna
is
cast blur.
Ooh.
My hand
There
is
you
on
go.
Morty's shoulder, waiting, holding haste for when she opens the door.
Oh shit.
Scoot up a little bit. Loading yet.
Oh. Yes.
Scoot up just a
Alright, I will.
Lottery numbers.
slide back.
What are the lottery numbers? You got that too?
We don't have long.
Now, and I
Cast
push the
haste.
door open.
Okay. Go ahead and expend the spell slot. We'll say that you get it off as the door is opening. You have haste cast on yourself. Go ahead and give yourself a concentration, or make sure you understand your concentration.
Get
Oh,
the
marker if you would like to
Get the
master.
marker.
Oh, okay.
That's his haste, but yeah.
Well, that's my.
Get the,
I remember.
Okay, blow
get the
haste.
marker out.
So, yeah. Oh, that's your concentration.
Do you have any idea how many of these markers are in? Okay. Hold it.
I thought you were using it to say you were
3,
blurry.
right? Yeah, 3.
And I would like for everyone to roll initiative.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, we're not getting a.
Who's concentrating?
You do.
Okay.
The way surprise rounds work in 5e, as they have since we've been playing, is that those not participating in the surprise round just don't get to participate in the surprise round.
Okay.
Okay.
In the first round of combat.
I'm hoping for
Please,
hilarity.
no one.
Please do not disappoint.
Hilarity in a battle like this would probably result in player death, but
I love that bird. He's the greatest bird ever.
Because here's the thing, that bird's gonna kill both of them. You know this.
Yeah.
Good.
He's gonna wait. We're gonna whittle them down.
Still
Alright, so
killing
that's
birds.
everyone 20 to
Kill
15?
stealing fuck bird.
15 to 10?
11.
You're.
You're
Why are you here?
Oh, you're not there.
Yeah. I was
Someone
letting
will call out a
you.
number, and you always are part of comment. All right.
I was gonna let you write it down.
That was impressive.
Hey, if you show up, that'll be your initiative. Cool.
Thank you.
10 to 5.
Oh my god.
7.
Are you kidding?
Where is everyone else?
Micah and I traded places this week.
Micah, dude.
You are now entering the zone. The Twilight Zone.
5 to 0.
4.
Did you roll a 2?
Yes.
Micah.
Arydun, where were you?
17.
Oh, right.
So here's the thing: if Scar rolled a 2, what is that? A 19?
No.
It's like a 19 initiative for Scar, right?
Did
If
you
roll-
write your name on the tablet? First time, Zephyr.
Yes.
Spelled it.
Be honest, it was just a Z. Pass.
Lori's gonna fucking
As you
kill
know,
you.
those are the 3 grades: pass, fail, and burn.
Yeah, even with a +9, he's at an 11 with that natural 2.
Oh.
The bird is. So yes. What was the total
So
damage? Full
19
damage?
lightning.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So, well, actually, the bird's the only one who takes all of that because Jovan has evasion, so he takes half regardless. So that's 9.
Okay.
I can only use your roll.
Oh, did we forget to mention that?
Yeah, I don't- I didn't know.
Sorry.
We assumed he was
Yeah,
gone.
no, I didn't know that either, actually.
Oh, that's right, because you were
They said
gone.
he was sneaky, so we.
Not good.
No, he said to us in character, rogue.
So did we just lose our trump card?
I forgot to mention that, and I
That
apologize.
about halves the bird.
Okay. Then I will cast Spiritual Weapon. Yes.
Okay.
Cast that.
And you can cast that within 30 feet, right?
60 feet, so.
60 feet, so.
Yeah.
What spiritual weapon are you going to use?
My reed. The.
Well, we'll say this is the closest thing to it.
No, my whacking
Is it
stick.
just going to be a mace?
Your whacking stick.
Otherwise, there's like a sword. And,
My thwacking stick.
and a mop.
And don't forget the drumstick.
But that resembles a reed.
Yeah.
And then I will.
Yeah, it
attack.
does.
You'll do what?
Natural 20.
You'll do what? Oh, with
Yeah.
the thing, yeah. Okay, cool.
Fuck yeah, bitch!
This bard is having a bad day.
He's having a bad 6 seconds, that's for damn sure.
Unless he got over at 22 on his initiative.
So 10.
Door
plus
opens.
14.
14 points of damage.
Listen, I killed a bitch. I broke my buddy out of jail. Ah!
We're doing pretty good. Ah, bird, what?
Yep,
That's
that's
it for
me.
me.
You're probably wondering how I got here.
Yep, that's me.
Bring him more. Bring him more.
Lori is going to fire 1.
He moves. For the first time he moves 1 feet or more without teleporting, he's going to take 2d6 slashing damage.
Okie dokie. Is that your turn?
You know what? What the fuck? I'm gonna action surge actually.
Do it.
Yeah.
Let's really perforate this fuck. So that's fire 3,
Do it now.
and that's a 24.
Is that hit?
Yeah.
Yes, sure.
Kick his ass, Nick.
That's
You can do it!
that is
Kick his fucking ass!
that is
You can do it! Got this freaking ball!
that is 12 piercing damage and 6 fire damage.
Jesus.
He's gonna go ahead and hit you with ow.
Yeah. And fire 4.
So 12, I'm sorry, 12 and 6 though?
Yeah. Ooh, fire 4 is a 15.
Oh.
That's a miss.
In this
That was
Oh.
one shitty round, Charlie. I don't know what
Hey,
No.
hey, listen. This motherfucker over here is batting 750. Anybody else want to compare stats?
Not Lori.
This bard is sitting here thinking to himself, and now
The end is near.
Seriously, bring him more. I like this guy.
And it was that moment that he realized he fucked up.
We door.
You fucked up, Aaron.
Just a fucking hail of arrows, people through the fucking door running in,
We
casting
keep it.
shit.
We keep it at Myriad.
A fucking
Films
bird.
Raw.
The first bird to probably enter the door today, not the last.
Wait, there was a second bird.
Oh, we got a second bird coming.
Yeah. And despite how hard that one hit, it hits harder.
Yeah, we got a second.
How was your hand?
way
Did
more
that hurt?
pissed off bird coming?
Jesus. Okay. Who the fuck just went?
Me.
That was you. Yeah. So Arydun, you're up.
Okay.
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 Make that road regret him.
I would like to bonus action whack this guy again.
Do that.
Swack him.
So
Yes.
19 plus 8.
Yeah.
Okay. 5.
I don't mean to be an ass, but which square is that thing on?
Shit. I could have just regular shot.
Could just what?
Regular shot, right? Not thunder cannon shot?
I'm gonna do this.
I'll find that out.
You still would have had to have reloaded.
Reload to shoot.
Yeah.
And then I will try guiding bolt. The same dude.
Okay.
14 plus 8. 22. Okay. So the next attack on him has advantage.
Okay.
And I don't. Is there a guiding bolted thing? There's no like.
No,
Oh no, I don't have one.
8, 9, 10, 11,
I don't think so.
16 radiant. And then I would like to turn around.
God, I miss guiding bolt.
And punch him in the face.
Turn around.
That's all I have, yeah.
Turn around. I'm a giant lizard. What you gonna do?
Heal up.
I'm Arydun.
Do you realize you fucked up yet?
No, but
Glory
I will realize I fucked up next round.
is going
He
to
gets that sneak attack.
Yeah, but you got your mirror to adjust.
5. If someone could please.
I know,
5,
that's shitty.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to there. Take her advantaged shot on the bard.
Advantage.
Come on, buddy.
Oh, Lori.
Dude,
Come on, buddy.
Oh, I tried to help her out.
No. That's a natural 7. Plus 9 is 16.
Oh.
No, we only use that for one bitch.
I'm zooming in to capture all the pain.
Okay, that's fair.
It's not pain for me. That's an NPC, bro. That's you guys.
No, that's it. Motherfucker, why am I not using my trick arrows? I got a fucking green arrow fucking...
Yeah, why aren't you using your trick arrows?
Arydun.
You piece of shit.
Okay.
Yeah, piece of shit.
Let it come back around to my turn, motherfuckers.
You might be dead.
It seems highly unlikely.
Now I know who to target.
I would like to.
The way you've been rolling, come at me, bro.
Oh shit.
Keep up the roll.
Yeah, I'm just gonna attack Jobin
Okay.
with advantage.
That's a good idea.
What are you doing?
More hammer.
Just one. Okay.
Clobbering time.
Yeah.
That's
It
okay.
is.
17
Plus shit.
19.
Yes.
Okay.
Points of damage? Okie dokie.
And then I will move my spiritual weapon 20 feet closer.
Alright, anything else?
That's a very.
Okie dokie. That's Lori.
God damn it.
Her goal is to not suck.
Is yours a reaction too?
It's not really specified.
No, if it says you can
Like-
have them take it, doesn't say as a anything, then it
Yeah.
just is.
Yeah, it just happens.
Shit.
It does have to be before you roll though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying if he's trying to counterspell it, are you gonna make him waste it still?
Well, if we're already having done the portent, having
Yeah.
played out, then he didn't have the then his opportunity to cast counterspell has passed.
Okay.
Oh.
But he asked that while charging.
No.
Yeah, I asked if I could hear it as soon as you said.
When I say he casts that you need to make a save, he's casting a spell.
He immediately said, "Can I hear it?"
You did. So what we'll do is go ahead and play out his counterspell because it might not work.
Okay.
And if the spell still takes effect, then
Okay. That's fair.